Hi everyone, Angelina, Sparkling Diva, back with another pick a card reading for you. The card is only there for the camera to have something to focus on for a bit, because crystals are really quite small. This reading is on your blind spot, what you are not seeing. And that could be in general, can be concerning love or health or work. It doesn't really matter. It's up to you what you focus on. And then choose. You can also choose generally, right? We have three choices. This is Landscape Jasper. This is Raspberry Garnet. And this is Golden Healer, Celtic Golden Healer. Has a wonderful vibration, by the way. It looks quite simple, but it has this joyful, really joyful vibration. It is from Wales. I believe that's also the only place where it can be found. Anyhow, just feel which crystal calls to you and pause the video if need be, and I'm gonna start the reading. Right, your first three cards from the color deck, color therapy, I think, I'm not certain anymore. Anyhow, we have indigo and chestnut brown, and we have Bordeaux, wine red. Indigo, it says develop your vision. Chestnut brown says ground yourself. And Bordeaux, the wine red, is be fully conscious and filled, totally filled with your passion, and also being conscious of it. You have to know exactly what it is. And because this also says develop your vision, I think something there is blocked and you're not seeing that. Grounding will definitely help. Never hurts to spend more time on grounding, even when you are sort of grounded. It never really hurts. So it is, since it comes up, it might be really good to ground. And the brown was also typical because I knew beforehand that for this set a brown card would come out. So and it did, and there's some three, I think there's more than one different brown cards in here, different colors, shades of brown. So this is very important to you. And reason for that is that I pick up on a fear, and that comes up with that card, of moving forward, to step into your power and to take a leap of faith, basically. Because here we see chased, and that says, what are you running away from? What is making you feel overwhelmed? What are you afraid of or are unwilling to face? And so that can all be going on at the moment in your life, that you feel overwhelmed, as if you are being chased, basically, and haunted in a way, or fearful, and so what are you afraid of, or are you unwilling to face? And whatever the answer to that is what is keeping you off your vision and keeps you from completely feeling yourself and feeling your passion. That came up with that card. And we also have that this one, courage, boldness. Step into courage despite fears and be willing to take a risk in order to gain more. Speak your truth, and then I feel you lack that feeling of courage, of being bold and to going for it, and because you of all this, of that fear, and there has you deviated basically from your goal, your passion, who you truly are, and it created a gap between you and your vision, your dreams, and I think because this is about what is your blind spot, that you aren't really seeing that. And we also have this. This is the trust, right? The flying, falling. What do you need to be free of? Are you ready to take risks and fly solo? So that's about taking a leap of faith. What do you need to feel empowered? Right? Because once you feel more empowered, you can then, step into your courage and boldness and no longer feel so overwhelmed and chased and all that stuff. Grounding might be very helpful for us in order to get there. And let's look at your tarot. 5 of Wands, and we have the 8 of Pentacles, and we have the Forge, which is the Temperance card. And yeah, with all this stuff, all these cards and these as well, is that you have a lot to offer, but you are going with the Wands of 5, you're going around in circles. Normally you see 5 boys or men and they're basically fighting each other with the wands, and no one is winning. It's an endless ongoing battle, struggle, and competition or whatever. There is no end to it. No one wins. No one has any victory. And you're just going around and in circles and you're not getting anywhere. Well, you can also create true magic here with the 8 of Pentacles. If your heart is in it, your heart and soul, if it's your passion, your dream, and you really, really want it, you really go for it. And that's because she's basically creating here golden thread from these nettle threads on the spindles, right? So it's almost like an alchemical process, and that happens when you when you put your heart and your soul into it, when you're no longer scared and held back, and also make the time. And you have to work on your balance, and with the Temperance card is about balance, right? And balance and rebalance, go back to that place. If you're doing that, if you're no longer in fear, you actually start doing stuff, right? Taking action. You will likely still have to go back to find your balance, your center, to get aligned. And that's also like the grounding, right? In a way, that's grounding again. And also when you do that, you make whatever you have stronger and better. Like here, they are forging swords. And swords is making a sword, a proper, good, solid sword, is a lot of work. It's not like you take a piece of steel and you start slamming away with a hammer and you do that and it's done. No, you have to do that a number of times and again, heat it up and fold it double and then smash it out again and again and again. That's how they make these very strong katanas as well. And in Indonesia, the krisis, this is a huge process. And if you do it right, if you could ever get hold of a real katana or an Indonesian kris, there's also spirit work, energy work involved with that. I have once visited a real kris maker in Indonesia when I lived there. And they don't always work on it, They have to sometimes wait for a full moon or a dark moon to have passed or whatever energies. And it's also energy work and meditating on it to what energy you want to put in that sword or katana or kris. Because not all of them are the same. The energies are different. And it's a lot of work. It takes a lot of time. So by the time you get going and you get doing what you want to do, you're living your vision, you're working on your vision, you might still have to regularly go back here and fine tune, make it better, make it stronger, expand maybe even, depending on what it is that you want to do, right? And because that is such a process, it also means taking a time out, not working constantly on these thoughts. No, you have to also meditate, rest, and feel, etc. You put a lot in it. So, yeah, gosh, I had not intended to tell that whole story, but okay. um, but you mustn't stay stuck in this phase of trying to improve things or make it better or stronger or whatever, right? Because this can become kind of like a comfort zone. And maybe you feel that you should prepare and work on it over and over for years on end, but that exactly will then keep you stuck, right? So it's kind of like going back and forth from taking action, doing it, and then going back inwards a bit more and refining it, fine-tuning it, making it better, finding your balance again. And then you have to go out again. And that takes that boldness and courage as well, right? It's not just only doing this or only doing that. You have to go back and forth and back and forth. And that's good, because then you keep the fire going within of your passion, and you don't exhaust yourself. And and also, for instance, if you wanted to do workshops or something, this is also where you get inspiration for new ideas, new things that you can offer and do. And yeah, so that's really great. But don't stay stuck in this, right? And yeah, like I said, you should really then, after a period, tap into your courage and boldly move forward. All the while remaining true to yourself. Because that comes up with this card, the last card. It says here, remain authentic to your core values. Truth can be masked, so be objective when dealing with emotional issues. Address areas in your life that are not achieving your deepest truth. That's, I feel, also why you have to go back to that forge regularly, so that you can just keep feeling and keep tuning into yourself. Like, am I still living my passion? Am I still following my dream and my goal? And is this still what I'm now doing or having? Is that still congruent with my essence, with my authentic self and my core values? Yeah, and I think you may have lost the faith that this is possible, or you may just be completely lost in this going around in circles, not knowing where to go, where to turn, how to get out of it, feeling stuck because you feel chased. What we saw here, okay. Because you are in overwhelm or afraid or whatever, and you have to calm that down first, and then you will see, like, okay, I can start here, and that can be a very small step. It doesn't have to be a big step right away. That's fine, perfectly fine, as long as you keep moving, right? So it is possible, and you can do it, and you just have to focus again. This is kind of all over the place energy, with that overwhelm and going round in circles, and that's what you actually have to change and make sure that you get grounded and focused. This is also requiring focus, right, to do that work, the spinning, creating threads and all that stuff. So that's all I have for you for this reading. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again next time. Bye bye. All right, numbers 2. First, your tarot cards. I'm actually going to put the light back a little bit. I'm sorry about the glare there. I can't help that. For you, we have the 2 of Wands. Then we have the High Priestess. Then we have the Devil card. Then we have the 9 of Cups, wishing well with a coin. What I felt immediately with the Devil card there is that you are either listening to the wrong people or fearing listening to the wrong people. And I think for most of you is that you actually are listening to the wrong people. And wrong people doesn't mean to say that they're evil or something or bad, but just not the right ones for you to help you with your dreams, visions, goals, whatever. They are not really truly supporting you. There's a lot of people who in essence mean well, but in a way they rather have you be there for them. That's subconsciously, right? It's not that they are doing that deliberately per se. Anyhow, so that's what I feel with that devil card, that you are listening to the wrong people who get you then off track, who aren't supporting you with what you want. And it's really important that you learn to listen to your intuition so that you can find the right teachers and helpers for you, which is about what the High Priestess is about. And those would then be people who have your best interests at heart and not their own, right? So it might help if you find it difficult to know how can I tell the difference. Well, it might help. I'm not certain if it's foolproof, but to notice that the real wise people, like the wise woman, the High Priestess, don't chase after you. And the ones who aren't all that wise and who, or good for you, the ones who do not have your best interest at heart, but, want something of you for themselves in a way, even when they don't know it, those kind of people do tend to chase you. Even when you say, no, I'm not certain, I don't know, I have to think about it. They keep pushing and, so that might be how you can make the distinction between the two. You really have to feel and use your gut and your heart, and that's also the High Priestess energy. There's a lot about intuition and feminine energy, which comes up with other cards as well in a minute. So don't fall for people who promise you the world. You have to really feel, use your gut and your heart to know whether it's right for you or not. And and with the Two of Wands, there's runes here, or ogham sticks. I'm sorry, not runes, ogham sticks. We see them here as well, I think, with the High Priestess. This is about having a clear intention of what you want and what direction you want to go. And you can have your wishes come true here with the Nine of Cups card. Is the wishes fulfillment card. But you need to have a clear intention and then find the right people to team up with or seek counsel from. And let's look at the other cards now. We have orange, cherish yourself. I always love this card. It's such a warm energy. So cherish yourself. And gray, learn or get to know your body. Get to know your body. And that's so important. It's a bit of an odd card because it's so gray, right? But it's, if you don't know your body, listen, you can't tune into your intuition either, right? It's part of that. It's connected, the related, these two things. And then we have Asia, protect yourself. And so feeling connected and in touch with your body is a really good step of becoming more in your feminine, getting more in your feminine energy and trusting your intuition and so on and so forth. And because I do think that you feel vulnerable, don't trust yourself completely. Maybe that's why you tend to listen to people who actually aren't really right for you, the right ones for you. It says here, do you feel exposed or outed in some way? What is making you feel inadequate, guilty, ashamed, or vulnerable? What do you need to release? Right? So it's also when you have intentions, you're not dragging behind you the stuff that, that doesn't work for you, that doesn't resonate with you. So maybe you still have to release things as well. But I think for most of you, what is making you feel inadequate? Because if you do not feel adequate, then you easily fall for other people's stuff, what they say and tell you to do, what's best for you. And we also have the Goddess card and the Manifest card. The Goddess: embrace the feminine, create and be gentle, nurturing yet strong. Do not listen to those who want to keep you small. Here we have it again. Confirmation of what I said with the Devil card. Believe that you are important as the stars in, as important as the stars in the heavens. Right, so again, feminine energy and not feeling inadequate, what we saw here with the Nike, and feminine energy, the High Priestess is also the feminine energy. And when you are in feminine energy and you do have an intention, and then you can start to manifest your dreams and watch them materialize. Be willing to work on the inside to make manifestations possible. Make your intentions clear. Wow. So also that, it's not just you knowing your intentions and direction and where you want to go, but it's also making that clear, if need be, to the outside world. So that comes up again. Beautiful. I love it. And so the biggest part, I think, for you, that what you're not seeing is that you are listening to the wrong people, seeking support from the wrong people. And you know yourself how to do it. Or first have to just get in touch with your intuition, right? And feel stronger on the inside, so you don't feel so inadequate or vulnerable, naked anymore, which makes you listen to these people that, So I hope this resonates, because this is all I have for you. And I also hope, of course, that it is helpful and in a way healing. I just noticed here we have the emerald green here, which is Archangel Raphael, and he's about healing, all about healing. So emotional healing, I think for this reading, mostly emotional healing, yeah. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye. Right, number 3. Your first cards we have from left to right: school exams, wisdom and empowerment. With these schools exams, I get the sense that you're not feeling adequate, that you are believing that you haven't got enough to offer, and that you, because of that, have to learn more before you can do what you want to do, offer what you want to offer, or whatever, But it's never enough. So you keep stuck in that phase of, but if only I have that diploma or certificate or that, and then I can do it, and then I can do it. But you never get to this phase where you actually feel that it's enough, that that. And you may have gone through trials and setbacks, and maybe that's why you feel like this, that you don't know enough, that you haven't got enough to offer. You must practice more, or whatever it is about for you. But actually these trials and errors and stuff and setbacks have made you wiser, right? The wisdom, not dumber. And that's what it says here as well: experience and failure lead to wisdom. And so maybe it if you have gone through failure, setbacks, etc., it did something to your sense of self-esteem, your self-confidence. But look at what you learned from it, right? Because that's where your wisdom comes from, and you have a lot to offer from what you have learned by experience. But are you seeing that? And believe in yourself. and your power of what you have to offer and who you are. And that comes back in the color cards as well. And here, that's what it says here with the empowerment card. Believe in your own power to create change and control in your life. So you know enough, you've got enough, you're wise enough, you're good enough to do it, to have it, to be it. Be empowered by becoming an example to others. Use your past experiences to make yourself stronger, right? Don't let it drag you down. Let it make you stronger. And with your color cards, because I referred to that, I'm going to look at that first, right? We have coral, and then we have lilac, and we have shine. With the coral, allow abundance and synchronicity into your life. And if you open up to that, also to synchronicities, things can start to shift as well. And we just saw with the empowerment card that you have the power to do that, right? You can do it. And lilac is beautiful because that strengthens your trust, your confidence. That's the right word, confidence. Strengthens your confidence. I can almost smell them when looking at them. And your shine, discover your shine. Again, for me, that comes back to not believing in yourself for some reason or other. Maybe through trials and setbacks and errors and all that stuff, that you stop believing that you could do it, that you have it, that you can have it, that you can be it, etc., etc. So start seeing that again. How beautiful you are and how wise you are and how much you have to offer. Right? And it doesn't have to be work-wise. You can also be in love or whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. And your tarot cards, we have the Six of Wands, the Fool card, and the Four of Swords. Completely different Four of Swords cards from the default tarot, right? There is a lot of appreciation and validation for you, but are you seeing it? That's with the Six of Wands, right? Are you allowing that in? And with the Fool card here, we see mist, which makes me feel that you do not have clarity. In other words, you're believing you don't have enough knowledge and wisdom to go for it and to do it and to have it and to be it, etc., etc. Because you feel you don't have that yet because there's too much mist still around you, right? So you're not taking that leap of faith. You're not going for it. Also, that's also a bit about daring to be yourself, the Fool card. Let's see, where are we? With the mist, and then you should trust spirit, trust yourself. Because with this here, this is a forest, a woods in the winter. And there's nothing there, right? It's barren, there's no leaves on the trees. But then in the middle of that woods, there is your power, your strength. And that's a rowan tree, very protective. And it's got berries and it's got flowers, maybe even still. It's got leaves, and the area around it is also green and fertile. And so you have an inner source of strength, a haven where you can go to, where you can recuperate if need be. Did you even know that? Can you feel that place within? Right? Your inner strength and a safe haven, like a sacred garden. And you are safe, because the rowan tree stands for protection, and there's just no reason for holding back with what you want. And somehow then I felt that this coral card is very important, to allow abundance and synchronicities into your life, some reason or other, maybe you are not allowing that and shutting that down, possibly because you're not seeing how much appreciation and validation for you there is. Right? And when we don't believe in ourselves, we can't let that in because we don't believe in ourselves, right? So if we don't see how good we are, how great we are, how wonderful we are, how loving we are, whatever, you can't let that in from other people either. It's then if they pay you a compliment, it's kind of like, yeah, well, whatever. Maybe you don't even hear it, right? So try to pay attention to that. If someone makes you a compliment, pays you a compliment, however small it is, notice it. Right? And react to it, accept it, even if it feels awkward at first. It will come, because then at some point your heart will begin to open and you will be able to allow it in. And that's a wonderful start, if you have difficulty with that. Anyhow, this is what I have for you. And I do hope it's helpful. And you have so much to offer. It's just you have to start believing in it yourself in a way. Right? As it is, you have enough. You do not have to learn or do or have anything else, anything more than what you have now. You're never done learning anyway, right? You always keep learning when you're going, and yeah. So thank you for watching. Hope it's helpful and see you next time. Bye.